Okay. So hi guys, welcome to UpShik Academy. Today we are going to discuss about Flutter mobile app development. So before going to discuss more on this, first let me explain about myself. So my name is Manikanta. I'm having around 12 years of experience on Android and Flutter app development. So I started my career as an Android developer. Later on, when Flutter came to the picture, later on, by passion, I started learning on Flutter. Now I am working as a Flutter developer in my organization. Now I'm working as a team lead, okay, and mobile architect in my current organization. So overall, my 12 years of experience, I developed more than 30 applications in both Android native and Flutter. When we talk about especially Flutter, from Flutter, I developed more than 10 applications in Flutter. Okay. I have trained over 2,500 students in both online and offline during my overall 12 years of experience. Not only online and offline, I gave trainings to colleges, universities, corporate companies, and so on. Okay. So I gave the trainings for these things. And I have provided trainings for both domestic and international students as well, corporate clients too. Okay. So just because of passion, I came into this field of training just to explore the things to students, what is going to be new things in the Flutter kind of thing. Okay. So I'm pausing here. Anyone having any queries?
Yes, I do. Hello, Manikanta.
Yeah.
But actually, I have kind of personal type of things to ask. So,
Yeah.
if it is better if I ask you after this session or demo.
Yeah, sure. If you have a personal things, we can ask after demo session. No worries.
Okay, so do tell me that how will I get connected to you? Means, would you provide any contact details of
Yeah,
yours?
no.
So,
The once you already your number, your management have your number, right? So
yes,
through
yes, they
management
have.
we can communicate. Okay, through a conference call.
Sure thing, sure thing, sure thing.
Yeah, fine. Thanks. Now, for learning Flutter, what I need to do learn, right? So first of all, I want to give you one clarity. So Flutter is purely a programming language. For developing Flutter mobile app, minimum basic programming language is required. That the laptop programming language may be C or C++ or Java or .NET or anything. Any one programming language is enough, and the basic stuff you have to understand. Okay, and when you are going to make your career make your career as a Flutter developer, okay, then definitely you need minimum degree is required, because nowadays all companies are preferable all companies are okay preferable taking the candidates like minimum degree kind of thing. And like problem solving techniques also is required. That means if you are going to work on one task, okay, you have to you have to think you have to think that how to achieve that implementation, how to achieve that implementation. Okay, so for that, definitely you require some kind of problem solving techniques. If you don't know we are here to train on that level as well. Okay. Now let's move on to the next slide. So before going to discuss about Flutter, first of all, what is mobile application? So whatever the application we are running on the mobile devices, whatever the application we are running on mobile devices, that applications we are going to call as mobile application. Let's take an example. Let's take an example. Now I am taking the class on my desktop with the help of one application, that is Zoom. Zoom is an application where I'm going to interacting with you guys. But I installed this application in desktop. So we can say that application is not a mobile application, right? But Zoom is having mobile application as well. Like just an example, in our class itself, most of the people's attending this session in mobile. The same application I am taking in desktop, you guys are listening in mobile. That means that means in your point of view, you are using Zoom application as a mobile application. But in my case, I am using Zoom application as a desktop application. Simple. Whatever the application we are using on mobile, those applications we are going to call as a mobile applications. Like WhatsApp, Instagram, like that. Those are all comes under mobile applications. And why? Why we have this much of demand for mobile applications? Why we have this much of demand for mobile applications? So for this, I'm going to give you three real-time examples so that definitely you also can agree with me that the demand for what? Mobile applications. Okay. Now let's start with first scenario, first real-time example. Okay. Now, now I am in home. Okay. I'm in home. So I'm staying alone in my home, but I don't know how to prepare the food, but I'm very hungry. I'm very hungry. I don't know how to prepare the food, but I don't I'm I'm staying individually alone in my home, but I want to take my food. I want to eat the food now, right? Because I'm hungry now, right? So I don't want to go out also. I don't want to go to hotel. I don't want to take the food there because there is a heavy rain in there, a heavy rain out in front of my home like that. But what is there? What is the option for me, right? In that case, I want to go and install one mobile application, that is Swiggy or Zomato. By using that applications, I can able to order the food, whatever the food I want to eat, I can order that food. And within fraction of minutes, that food came to my in front of the door, right? That means that means there is one problem for you. There is one problem. What is your problem? You don't know how to prepare the food, but you are very hungry, right? But mobile application is giving a solution to your problem. That is what? So with the help of that one mobile application, you can able to order the food. That too, whatever the food you want to eat, you can happily order that food, and within fraction of minutes, that food came to your in front of the door, right? That is the one problem, one scenario. And the second scenario will be, I'll tell you one second scenario also. So there is heavy rains in the Bangalore. I'm staying in Bangalore. There is a huge rains in the Bangalore, but today I have to go to office. Today I have to go to office, but I don't have my own car. Okay, I'm having only two-wheeler vehicle, but if I'm going to travel with that vehicle, then definitely I'm going to be not that much comfort, right? So what I thought, but definitely I want to go to office. But again, I take my mobile and I install Uber or Ola or Rapido. With the help of these applications, I can book the cab and I can able to happily travel to my office, and that person will came to my in front of my home, and happily I can able to ride with that car like that, and securely I can able to reach to office, right? So again, mobile application is giving some kind of solution, right? And one more thing, one more scenario. So now I assume that now time is midnight of around 2 o'clock kind of thing. I need some medical, I need some financial emergency at that time. I don't have money in my pocket. I don't have money in my wallet. I don't have money in my account as well. But now the time is around midnight of 2 o'clock kind of thing. But I need some kind of financial emergency because of some kind of medical kind of stuff. Okay. I call to Motish. Okay. Motish is my, assume that Motish is my friend. I called to Motish at that time, but God grace, he picked my call. Okay. He picked my call. Now I asked him, hey Motish, could you please transfer 5,000 rupees to me for my medical emergency? But if he have the money, definitely he is going to transfer the money instantly with the help of phone pay, Google Pay, or any kind of UPI app. Okay, within fraction of seconds with the help of again mobile application. So before UPI apps and all, okay. So if you want to transfer the amount through through net banking or mobile banking, it will take some time, right? That means you have to add the account. It will take 30 minutes of time to activate your account. Then only you can able to transfer that amount, right? That too, the first transfer you can able to do only up to 5,000, right? There are some kind of restrictions there. But whereas comes to UPI, okay, you can able to transfer up to 1 lakh per day, right? That means the mobile application is going to give you a solution for us. And tomorrow, if you learn this Flutter mobile application, you also can create, and you have to think one idea, and you can create that idea in terms of an application. From that application, you can able to generate the income as well, right? So this is how this mobile application came to the picture. By end of the day, human, like human being problems, the mobile application is going to give you the solution to us, right? So I am passing here. Anyone having any queries, please talk about things. If you don't have, please let us know. No doubts. Unmute yourself and ask, please.
No.
Okay, fine. So we have different kind of mobile apps we have in the market now. One is native and another one is hybrid. One is native and second one is hybrid. So what exactly native app is? How this native app will work? Okay. So if I'm going to develop one application on Android, let's take an example. I approach one client. I got one call from one client. He have some requirement to make one application for his business. For his business. So he I he told the entire requirement, but I asked him, sir, do you want do you want this application in both Android and iOS? If he say, no boss, I don't require any app on iOS. My customers are all middle class customers because everyone should using Android phones. Could you please develop this application only for Android, not for iOS? In that case, so before hybrid, okay, in that case, we can select native application. By using native application, we can develop Android app separately, iOS app separately. If I use a term called separately, that means for developing an Android application, you have to use separate code base for that. You have to use separate code base for that. For developing an Android application, we supposed to use Kotlin as a programming language to develop the Android application. And for developing an Android application, you need one Android developer. Okay, you develop one for your client based upon his requirement. You develop what application? Which application? Android application. Okay, and he got good business with that application, and again he called you, and he requested you that, hey money, could you please do iOS application also for me? I said, sorry sir, I'm not an iOS developer. I'm a Android developer. I'm a Android native developer. If you want iOS application, then definitely you need to hire one more iOS developer, and you can start developing the application, iOS application from him. And he, as a client perspective, then definitely client will ask, hey man, it will take huge cost for me. Again, it comes on a burden for me, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do like that. He asked me, could you please give me any suggestion? Yes. Yes, sir. We have one suggestion. The suggestion is you can develop one hybrid application where you can able to develop Android and iOS with single code base. With single code base. That means you don't need two different type of developers for Android and iOS. You need only one developer where he can or she can able to develop the application for both Android and iOS. That is the application where we are going to talk about hybrid. That is nothing but what? Flutter. By using Flutter, we can able to develop with single code base. You can able to develop two different type of applications, one for Android, one for iOS. Let's take an example. The same client requires, first he needs Android, then no problem. You can develop the application on Flutter. Okay, you can develop the application on Flutter only, but initially you can provide the Android app for him, and later after 6 months or after a year he wants another app for iOS, then you no need to develop separately. Already you develop the application, right? What you have to do, you have to just create the application build from iOS point of view. That's it. You don't require any kind of code again to write, nothing else. Just it will take 1 hour to 2 hours to generate the iOS file, and you can share that iOS file to the client so that he can able to install that file in his mobile iPhone devices, and he can able to access those application in iOS as well, right? That is the beauty of what? Hybrid app. So clear, guys? Anyone having any queries?
No, sir.
Yeah. Pankaj, you told you have a requirement, so that you have a requirement that, like, e-commerce kind of thing. Then definitely, Pankaj, our entire trainings will be focused on the one kind of e-commerce, one kind of travel, one kind of all base application. We can discuss, Pankaj. Okay, no worries.
Sir,
Yeah,
this Flutter is a native app or hybrid app, sir?
hybrid app, hybrid app.
Not native app. Okay, fine.
Yeah, okay, fine. So now let's move on to the these things. One second, guys. One second. So you have to understand the difference between native app and hybrid app. Okay. So if I'm going to talk about as a native app, you have to use separate programming languages for Android and separate programming languages for iOS. Like like for Android, we use Kotlin programming language. For iOS, we use Shift programming. But whereas comes to hybrid app, you can develop the hybrid app by using HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and we can use Flutter or React Native. So nowadays we have a very good demand in the market, that is what Flutter, because Flutter is a Google's product. Okay, and second difference is a separate code base for each platform. That means if you develop a native app, then definitely you need a separate code base for separately for Android and separately for iOS. But whereas comes to hybrid, it is having single code base, right? And whereas comes to performance side, okay, let's take an example. If I develop one application, then you have one concern, okay, how the performance will be. Then definitely when you are developing an application by using Flutter, you will get the high performance based applications you have. So I'll give you one simple example. Right now everyone are using Google Pay. Everyone using what? Google Pay, right? For doing the transactions. Do you guys feel any kind of lag in that application? Guys, please confirm me. You guys feel any kind of lag in that application, guys?
No.
No, because Google Pay is developed by Flutter. Okay, so that is the best example on the performance point of view. Okay, and if you develop native app, we require more time, more money, and more expertise in that. But whereas comes to hybrid app, the application become faster, cheaper, and easy to develop. But user experience level, then definitely Flutter app is going to give you great user experience. Okay, the best example again I can say Google Pay itself. And security. Security wise, you can able to enhance your security whenever you want, wherever you want, however you want, right? You can able to enhance your security whenever you want, however you want, wherever you want. That type of flexibility you have in both native app and hybrid app. And customizability, that means today you develop one application, suddenly your client came to you and, hey money, could you please customize my application in this way? Okay, that means in Flutter, you can able to customize your application at any time, at any way. There is no restriction that. Okay, and so when you are going to use hybrid app, you have to use specific plugins. That means, let's take an example. If I want to communicate with camera, or if I want to communicate with Bluetooth, that means if you want to work with camera or Bluetooth into your application, that means you have when you are developing the application on Flutter, that application is going to support for both for Android and iOS. Okay, in that case, we have some kind of plugins for supported on both platforms. By using that plugins, you can able to use hybrid applications. And Flutter is it's kind of like simpler to we can able to maintain the application kind of thing, and native also is good, but Flutter is very good. And finally, I can conclude that nowadays, if you want to apply any job as a mobile developer, then definitely companies are preferable to use to hire if he knows both Android and iOS. Those people's only companies are preferably to taking the candidates. Okay, make sure that you have to be pro in Flutter. Now, coming to introduction to Flutter. Okay, so Flutter is an open source framework developed and supported by Google. Okay, so clearly I'm going to tell you one point that Flutter is a Google's product. Okay, it's purely a open source. By using this Flutter, you can develop by your own things, and you can develop. Okay, you can build an applications by using Flutter, both front end and full stack developers also. Okay, so for multiple platforms, like you can develop the application for Android, iOS, desktop, all the things you can able to develop, but with using single code base. With using single code base. Okay, like that. Now, coming to history of Android, okay? On December 4th, 2018, Flutter 1.0 was released at the Flutter live event. That means Google people conducted some kind of live events. In that live events only, this Flutter Google people announced this Flutter 1.0 in the day of December 4th, 2018. And on May 6th, 2020, the dot software development kit, okay, that is what you're going to call as SDK, version 2.8 and Flutter 1.17 was released. Okay, and on March 3rd, 2021, Google released Flutter 2 during an online Flutter Engage event. Okay, on September 8th, 2021, okay, Dart and Flutter 2.5 was released with latest version of material design called Material U. We'll discuss this material design concept in detail when we are moving on Flutter. On May 12th, 2022, Flutter 3 started, was really supported by all desktop platforms as stable. On 7th August 2024, the Flutter 3.24, okay, release build upon our mission to help you craft stunning performant apps to reach across mobile apps, web, and desktop, all from single shared code base. Okay, this is how this Flutter history starts here. And what is the future scope for Flutter? Definitely, Flutter is going to expand the platform support, okay, and they improvise the performance wide, and they are going to adopt widerly to different type of sectors as well, and enhanced native integration. Then definitely they are going to integrate the native integration as well. And nowadays, see, when Flutter came to the picture, when you develop any iOS application in Flutter, if you upload any iOS application into App Store, at that time, App Store people will not accept it. But nowadays, iOS App Store is also accepting Flutter applications as well. Okay, and we have stability and long time flexible support we have for Android, and we can give some education trainings, enterprise adaptations and all we have in the Flutter. Okay, but for sure, guys, I'm telling you, in the next coming years, Flutter is going to rule the market, and there is no Android separately and there is no iOS separately. Okay, and you can't see any Android developers, any iOS developers separately kind of thing. Everyone has to migrate their skill set to Flutter. And so these are companies, guys. These are the companies preferably to hiring, for Flutter jobs in the market, guys. Okay, like that. And so Flutter developer salaries, if you are going to be joined as a fresher, your salary will be around 2L to 3L. If you have experience in between 1 to 3, then your package will be 3 to 5. And for 3 to 5 experience, 5 to 8 lakhs, and 5 to 8 or more based upon your skill set, based upon your current package. Based upon that, your salary is going to be increased, guys. Okay, but we have lot of openings for freshers as well. Okay, listen the point. There are a lot of openings for freshers as well. Okay, if you know any programming, like if you know Android early, if you know iOS early, that for that people also, if you have a 6 months experience on Flutter, they can consider you as a experienced person, and they can take you as an experienced person as well in the company's case. Okay, this type of flexibility we have in the in Flutter platform. And coming to the course, guys, the total duration about this course is about around 45 days. Our timings will be 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. No classes on Sundays. Monday to Saturday we have time sessions, guys. And we are going to explain both theory and practical. And whatever the class we completed, okay, we are going to share those recorded sessions on everyday daily basis. If you miss any class, you can go through that recorded session and you can attend the tomorrow. And for this demo, definitely we are going to share the demo video, and also we can share the course syllabus as well. And if you have any kind of queries, I am very flexible for one-on-one discussions. Okay, so you can clarify me, you can clarify anything on this, but this one-on-one discussions will happen only on weekends, not on weekdays. And so you can have any education qualification, that is anything is fine. And in this one, we are going to work on one real-time project. That means this UpShik Academy people having a software company also. Okay, so they are running on software company. Okay, they are they're acquiring some projects from the clients, and they have some separate team there with them. And I'm a trainer here. I'm going to train you, and I'm going to selected some kind of peoples, and I'm going to onboard those students to that to their company. And they are going to give you some kind of real time work experience in that, so that you can go and learn, you can go and work on those projects as well. You have some kind of you guys are going to work under senior resource persons like there, and there I also there work with them as a freelancer again. So don't worry about that point. Okay, and we have day-to-day tasks every day. Whenever we complete the session, we are going to give you some kind of tasks. You have to deliver those tasks, and you have one representation person with this Upshik Academy. He is going to monitor you. So he's going to monitor you, he's going to ask you and follow up the things, you complete the task and all like that. If you have any kind of things, you can reach out to him. So anything, and let's take an example, the classes is not, it's not going regularly, the trainer is not up to that mark, trainer is lagging the things. Okay, you have anything you can discuss openly with that person. There is one management person from Upshik Academy, so he is going to take care everything. His name is Motish. Okay, and if you have any problem, how to troubleshoot that, we are going to deal this. And if you are a person, if you join one startup company. Okay, you join one startup company, there is no persons at all, you are the only one person. Then definitely you have to communicate with the clients as well, how to do that. So we are going to explain with those scenarios as well. Definitely we are going to give you some kind of real time scenarios. Okay, because I'm working in one company, then definitely I need to give some kind of things, you can go and work on that part. And definitely we can give you interview cracking tips. Okay, so interview questions. Okay, and IT working environment. Definitely we can guide you in IT working environment as well, and we provide the job assistance guys. So wherever we have openings according to our observation, then definitely we will post those information to your channels wherever you guys are in. Then definitely you need to go and approach. You need to go them and you need to send the resumes, and you can start working on them, right? Like that. And you can ask doubts in English and Telugu. I don't know Hindi. I'm from Andhra Pradesh. I know my mother tongue is Telugu, but I'm very comfortable in English as well. If you don't know Telugu, then you can communicate with me in English. No worries. And my explanation will be from zero level. You don't bother about that part. My explanation will be in very simple English. And the first three sessions will be free of cost, today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So after these three sessions, you have to pay first installment. Those things, the financial things, the management people will communicate and will discuss with you guys. And by end of the course, we are going to provide the course completion certificate for you as well. And if who are selected for working on the projects, then definitely we are going to provide the internship certificate as well with that company itself. Okay, to which company you are working, from that company you are going to get the what we can say internship certificate as well, like for 2 months. If you have to work with them for 2 months kind of thing, so if you perform well, then definitely those people are providing the stipend as well for you guys. Okay, but that is totally depends upon your skill set, that is totally depends upon your performance kind of thing. Okay, and that company is also registered in MCA. So after this session, management people will share those details. You can go and cross check with the MCA, Minister of Company Affairs as well. Okay, and you have to pay the fee in two installments, whatever the fee the management told, you have to pay that fee in two installments. First C class will be free of cost. After, if you want to continue for the fourth class, you have to pay first installment and you have to continue that. And silly doubts are better than silly mistakes. You have any kind of doubts, you can happily approach to me. Okay, I can clarify your doubts happily, and you can contact us through WhatsApp and through website as well, guys. Okay, so anyone having any queries? Anyone having any queries, guys? Now you can talk.
Sir,
Yeah.
yeah, actually I am from .NET. .NET I have around more than 15 years experience.
Okay.
Yeah, with this Flutter, can I develop Android iOS as well as desktop and web-based application?
Definitely you
Locally on
can you
apps.
can definitely you can develop the Android, iOS, and desktop too. Okay.
Okay,
But we will guide you how to work on desktop also.
okay, fine, sir.
Yeah.
And can I able to track this one? What you call camera and SMS and
Everything, sir. For everything, we have some kind of plugins. We use that plugins and we can able to integrate those things into our applications, and you can work on that part.
like Zomato location tracking also.
Everything, sir. Sir, that's what. Whatever the apps you are using, whatever the features you are
Yes.
seeing that in that application, everything
Okay.
you can able to do in Flutter, sir.
And database MS SQL or Flutter has a different database.
Sir, actually, we have some kind of separate database are there. For
Okay.
Flutter, we can use Firebase.
Okay.
Firebase is there, and also we have SQLite is also there, sir. SQLite
Hi.
you can use local DB. Firebase
Yes.
you can use external DB, like that.
And so once build is ready, can we host in Google Play Store and iOS without any issue?
Exactly. For if you want to upload your application on Play Store, so you
Okay.
have to purchase the Play Store account, sir. Okay, that Play Store account costs you around $25 per
Yeah.
for lifetime for Google Play Store.
Yes, I know, I know.
Yeah,
But will you help me in that to upload in Play
yeah,
Store also?
we'll guide you, sir. We'll guide you how to upload the app into Play Store, how to upload the app into App Store. We'll guide you, sir. But whereas comes to App Store, no, when you want to upload any app in App Store, then definitely you require a MacBook, sir.
No, no, mostly I'm using this one Google Play Store. Mac is
Uh,
not really.
no. If you want to go with Google, then you have a required. You don't require any MacBook. But I'm telling you, if you want to upload your app into App Store, then definitely you require a MacBook as well. And
Sure, sir.
one more thing, guys. So if you want to learn Flutter, so you can do the applications on Windows platform also. But you can run the application on only Android devices. But if you want to run the applications on iOS devices, then definitely you require a MacBook.
Sir, is there any fast track?
Sorry?
Fast track is available for training period.
No,
45
sir. The thing is, there is no kind of fast track, sir. I don't want to encourage like fast track kind of thing. So we have some kind of 45 days of training. With that, we can able to complete the things, and we can every day we have 1.5 hour session. We have, sir.
Fine, fine. Thank you,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah, yeah. Any queries? Guys, any queries? Okay. Let me stop recording.